Most people think Claude is just another AI chatbot. But that's only a small part of the story. Behind Claude is a company called Anthropic, and what they're actually building is not just a chat tool, but a full AI ecosystem designed for real work, real teams, and real decision-making. In this video, we're going to break down everything Anthropic offers, how all the pieces fit together, and most importantly, how normal people actually use these tools in the real world. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which part of Anthropic's ecosystem is useful for you and how to use it without needing to watch any other tutorial. Let's start with the foundation. At the core of everything Anthropic offers are the Claude models themselves. These are the AI engines that power all Claude experiences. Anthropic doesn't just have one Claude. They have multiple versions, each designed for different types of work. Some Claude models are optimized for speed. These are great when you want quick answers, short explanations, or rapid back-and-forth conversations. Other Claude models are designed for deeper reasoning. These are used when you're working with long documents, complex ideas, multi-step logic, or detailed writing. And some Claude models are built specifically to handle extremely large context windows. That means they can read and understand very long PDFs, reports, contracts, research papers, or even entire books in one go. For most users, you don't need to memorize model names. What matters is understanding this idea. Claude scales based on how heavy your task is. If you're chatting casually, the lighter models handle it. If you're doing serious thinking or document work, the more powerful models come into play automatically. Now let's talk about what most people interact with directly. The Claude chat interface. This is where Anthropic really shines for everyday users. Claude's interface is built around calm, structured thinking. It's especially good at breaking down ideas clearly, explaining complex topics step by step, and maintaining context over long conversations. One of the biggest strengths here is document handling. You can upload long PDFs, reports, policies, resumes, research papers, or meeting notes, and ask Claude to summarize them, extract key points, rewrite sections, or explain them in simple language. For example, someone in a corporate role might upload a 40-page policy document and ask Claude to explain what actually matters for their day-to-day work. A student might upload lecture notes and ask for simplified explanations with examples. A writer might upload a draft and ask Claude to improve clarity without changing tone. This is where Claude starts feeling less like a chatbot and more like a thinking partner. But here's where things get more interesting. Anthropic doesn't expect users to start from scratch every time they open a chat. This is where assistants and Claudebot come in. Instead of re-explaining what you want over and over again, you can create a configured assistant that already knows how to behave. Think of Claudebot as a specialized version of Claude with a job description. For example, you can create an assistant that always reviews emails for professionalism and clarity. You can create another assistant that summarizes articles in bullet points with action items. You can create one that helps you brainstorm content ideas in a specific tone for your brand. Once set up, you don't need to re-prompt every time. You just use it. This is how people actually use AI daily, without friction. Instead of typing long instructions repeatedly, they build assistants once and reuse them like tools. This is especially powerful for people who work in operations, content, research, HR, finance, or strategy. Now let's zoom out. Claude and Claudebot are just the user-facing layer. Behind the scenes, Anthropic also offers access to Claude through APIs. This is how companies and startups integrate Claude into their own tools. You might never see this directly, but it's important to understand. Businesses use Claude to power internal knowledge bases, customer support assistants, document review systems, compliance tools, and research platforms. For example, a company might connect Claude to thousands of internal documents and allow employees to ask natural language questions instead of searching manually. Another business might use Claude to analyze customer feedback at scale and surface insights automatically. This means Claude is not just a chat tool, it's infrastructure. Now let's talk about what makes Anthropic different at a philosophy level. Anthropic places a huge emphasis on AI safety and alignment. In simple terms, this means Claude is trained to be more cautious, more transparent in its reasoning, and more resistant to harmful or misleading outputs. You'll often notice Claude explains its thinking clearly and avoids extreme or reckless answers. For users, this translates into something very practical. Claude feels predictable, calm, and professional. That's why many people prefer it for writing, analysis, planning, and serious work, rather than just quick entertainment or experimentation. So who should use what inside the Anthropic ecosystem? If you're an everyday user who wants help with writing, learning, summarizing, or thinking clearly, the Claude chat interface is more than enough. If you find yourself repeating the same tasks again and again, creating assistants or Claudebot workflows will save you time and mental effort. If you're part of a business or building a product, Anthropic's API allows Claude to become part of your systems rather than a separate tool. The key takeaway is this: Anthropic is not trying to be flashy. They're trying to be reliable. They're building AI that fits into real workflows, scales from individuals to enterprises, and supports long-term use rather than novelty. If you approach Claude as a one-off chatbot, you'll miss most of its value. If you approach it as a thinking tool, an assistant, and eventually an embedded system, that's when Anthropic really starts to make sense. And now you know exactly how all the pieces fit together. For more amazing content such as this, please like this video and subscribe to my channel.